Hello all, welcome to the next session, that is compiler errors. So let's get started. What exactly are compiler errors in Java programming? Let me explain. So what are these compiler errors in Java programming? So when you write Java programs, you need to write the Java programs using proper syntax. Okay? When you write some Java programs, you need to write proper syntax, okay, by following the rules and regulations set by Java, okay. The Java programs that you are writing, okay, should be written using a proper syntax. Whatever the Java says, according to the rules and regulations of Java, you have to write the Java code with a proper syntax. If you don't follow these rules and regulations, that will result in a wrong syntax. And if you write the Java code with some wrong syntax, which doesn't follow the rules and regulations of Java, that will result in some kind of errors known as compiler errors. Okay. So compiler errors will be resulted. Okay. Compiler errors will be resulted by Java programs. Okay. Compiler errors will be resulted by Java programs when you write the program or programs, when you write the Java programs without following the rules and regulations that are set by Java. If you don't follow the rules and regulations that are set by Java, that will result in incorrect syntax. And this will result in compiler errors. This will result in compiler errors. So don't worry about these explanations and statements that I have written here. I'm going to give you some examples, guys. With the help of these examples, you are going to understand what exactly are compiler errors. Okay, what exactly are compiler errors? So, similar to our English language, right? When you write some text using some English, when you write a story or a book using English as your language, so we should not be doing some spelling mistakes and grammatical mistakes like you have to put a dot there, comma there, uh, all those spelling and grammatical mistakes will be there, right? So while writing some stories or text using English language also, we have to follow some rules and regulations according to the English language. Okay, if you don't follow the proper rules and regulations of English, what will happen? It will result in some spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, and all those stuff. Okay. Similarly, in Java programming language, programming language, if you don't follow the rules and regulations of Java while writing the Java programming language, that will result in a wrong or incorrect syntax, which will in fact result in some kind of errors, which is a topic of this session known as compiler errors. Okay. It will result in compiler errors. So let's let me expand this compiler errors. Okay, whatever the explanation I have given is fine. Hope you have understood. I have to give some examples. To give the examples, right, I'll expand this. And here one statement is there. Whatever I covered here, the same statement, guys. Java compiler errors will be displayed when we make syntax mistakes in the Java code. Okay. Java compiler errors will be displayed when we make syntax mistakes in the Java code. Okay. While writing the Java code, if you don't follow the rules and regulations of Java and if you make some syntax mistakes while writing the Java code, that will result in some compiler errors. Okay. So after I take you through all this, examples, okay, you will understand clearly what exactly are Java compiler errors. You see, in this, I'm giving only three examples, but I can give hundreds of examples, guys. Okay, for Java compiler errors, I can give hundreds of examples, but it will take a lot of time and it's unnecessarily we are wasting time. So I'll give only three examples here to help you in understanding what exactly the compiler errors are. Naturally, guys, when we go through the upcoming sessions, right, naturally here and there you will come across different compiler errors. Okay. So, but to get started, these three examples are all good. Okay. Naturally, a lot of other examples for compile errors will be covered up in the upcoming sessions while I explain the concepts, remaining concepts of Java in the upcoming sessions. So let's get started with the example one of the compiler error in Java. So here, as per the example one, all the Java statements in Java should end with semicolon symbol. This we already have learned in the previous session, right? While explaining about how to understand Java programs, I covered clearly the Java statements that you write inside the main method of the Java code and all, right? All the Java statements in Java should end with semicolon statements. Like in English, if you have a paragraph and it has multiple statements, okay, multiple statements together will become a paragraph in English, right? So every statement in that paragraph should end with a full stop in English. Similarly, in Java, Java statement should end with, instead of full stop, it should end with semicolon symbol, guys. Okay. So, and this you already know as part of previous session, but where exactly the compiler error kicks in is, what if you remove that semicolon symbol from the end of the Java statement? Then Java is, okay, Java will treat you that you are not following some rules and regulations of Java, and because of which you will, the Java code will result in a compiler error. Let me prove you that how the compiler error will come and how it looks like. So for that, guys, I will open Eclipse IDE here and I'll go to this previous in the previous session, I have created this program, right? Okay. So here there is one example Java statement here, which is ending with a semicolon symbol. Remove the semicolon symbol, guys. Click on save. You see, over the mouse, the moment I removed if I put the semicolon symbol, no error is coming. If I remove the semicolon symbol, you see some kind of red color thing is coming here. If I hover the mouse on this red color here or here, whatever the place it may be, I am getting this syntax error, which is nothing but the compiler error. Okay. Before running the code itself, Before running the code itself, I am getting this compiler error. Did I run this code to get this error? If I put the semicolon, you see, before I run the code, if I simply remove I didn't run the code, okay? And while writing the code itself, if I have made some syntax mistakes, like if I'm not following the rules and regulations of Java, where I have to provide semicolon at the end of the Java statements, okay? And if I remove this from this Java code, that is Java statement, as per the rules and regulations of Java, Java statement should end with a semicolon, but I have removed this. Immediately I'm getting an error. Without the need of running the Java code, I'm getting this error. This kind of errors are called as compiler errors. If I hover the mouse on this, the compiler error is stated as syntax error. Since you are not following the syntax, you are getting this error. Okay, as per the Java rules and regulations or syntax, the proper syntax of Java, if you have to follow, you have to make sure that you have to insert semicolon to complete the block statement. At the end of the statement, you have the semicolon symbol. It's clearly giving the message. Put a semicolon here, the error will be gone. If you remove the semicolon, again the compiler error will come. So this is one of the examples of the Java compiler errors. Similarly, I have a few more examples, guys, for you to understand how we have to follow the rules and regulations of the Java to write the Java code in a proper syntax and avoid these compile errors. If you don't follow the rules and regulations of Java, and if you make some syntax mistakes, and that syntax mistakes will result in compiler errors, which I'm showing right now. Okay, example 2, Java is case sensitive. Okay, Java is what, guys? Java is case sensitive. Okay, what is case sensitive means? Whatever the things that you are using from the Java predefined library, right? If they have to be in lowercase, they have to be in lowercase. If they have to be in uppercase, they have to be in uppercase, like that, guys. Okay. So, for example, I'll go to this code and see that here system class is there. The system is a predefined class. Okay. Don't worry about what exactly predefined or all for now. We are already using a library of Java, right? This particular library of Java we are using. This system is something which is a predefined one belonging to the Java, which is there in the, which is already, the system is already implemented in the JRE system library, guys. And if you clearly see, the first letter of the system is in uppercase, right? If I make it lowercase, what will happen? If I convert that the capital S into lowercase S, what will happen? A compiler error will come. Okay. System cannot be resolved. A kind of compile, even we will not understand what exactly is happening. Again, if I convert something into the capital S, you see error is gone. And here, if you see OUT is there, here O is in lowercase. If I make it capital, error will come. Okay. If it has to be in lowercase, it has been lowercase. If it hasn't been uppercase, it has to be in uppercase. Here, print ln is there. Okay. I will make it P capital. You see, it's again the syntax of Java, guys. The things that need to be in lowercase need to be in lowercase. We have to provide, and the things that are in uppercase to be provided in uppercase only. Similarly, here C is there. Make it. You see, error, compiler error is coming. Syntax error. Here classes should be there. Class is coming. Okay. So it cannot be capital C. It should be lowercase c. Similarly here, okay. Okay, just give me a second. Let me open this again. Here, capital P, if I put, error will come. It should be lowercase p only. Here, capital S, again error will come. You see, whatever the things that need to be in lowercase need to be in lowercase. Whatever the things that are in Java, that are from Java should be in uppercase, should be in uppercase. Okay. Otherwise, Java will give you this kind of compiler errors here and there, guys. Okay. So another example where I have shown you some examples of how Java programs will result in compiler errors. You don't follow the rules and regulations of Java. The Java program code that you have written will result in syntax mistakes, which are not, which will actually result in which wrong syntax you will be writing. And because of the wrong syntax, if you don't follow the rules and regulations, and if because of the wrong syntax, the Java program code you are writing will result in compiler errors. Okay. So here, the main thing that you need to understand is this advanced editor we are using. Okay. We are not compiling manually here, guys. Okay. Here, Eclipse IDE is automatically invoking the Java compiler to compile this code. The moment I type one small item also here, Java compiler will keep compiling this code, guys. Okay. While I'm writing the code itself, my code is getting compiled. I don't have to again run a separate command for running for compiling the Java code here. Okay, that is the beauty of the Eclipse IDE advanced editor. If you are using simple editor like Notepad and all, you have to compile the things manually and from the result. Okay, when you run that commands in command line tool and you'll get the result right from the result. You have to understand where the compiler errors are. But in Eclipse IDE, that kind of sophistication is there. A kind of sophistication is there where when you are writing the code itself, the movement dynamically gets dynamically. When I remove the semicolon, you see error is coming because the code is dynamically getting compiled. Okay, Eclipse IDE is actually invoking the Java compiler to compile this code dynamically. While I'm making changes to this code, automatic compilation is actually going in the background. Immediately, we are getting the compiler errors because of that reason. Okay. So fine. Anyhow, we understood the another benefit of the Eclipse IDE. Automatic compilation will be there. You don't have to invoke the compiler to compile the code and all as we do in the simple editors. But in case of Eclipse IDE, um, Eclipse IDE will automatically invoke the Java compiler to compile the code dynamically in the editor. Okay. So that is a sophistication that is given to the developer to correct the errors in a faster manner instead of running some separate line of separate command for compiling the code and getting to know what the compiler errors are available and rectifying. You can simply, the editor will make the things so sophisticated for the developers while writing the code itself. If they have doing some mistakes, errors will come. Then example three, guys, okay, for compiler errors. I can give hundreds of examples, guys, but this is the last example I'm going to give for you so that you'll understand what exactly the compiler errors are. Another example for the compiler. Anyhow, you're also learning, parallelly, you're also learning some concepts of Java here, like, Java statement should end with semicolon symbol. Java is case sensitive. Additional learning is also there. Apart from understanding compiler errors, here additional learning is also there, guys. Okay, example three is remove any of the closing brace. Here, if you see this Java code, right, starting brace is there, ending brace is there. Here, main method also starting brace is there, ending brace is there. Okay, so number of starting braces are two, number of ending braces are two. They should match. How many open braces are there? How many closing braces are there? It should match. What if there is a mismatch? There are two starting braces, but if I remove one of the closing brace, immediately I'm going to get a compiler error saying that syntax error insert. Okay, curly brace to complete the. Here only main method is closed. If you double click here, you see only the main method is closed, but class is not closed. It's saying again you have to add one more curly brace to overcome this problem. Okay, so the number of starting braces and ending braces should match in Java programming. If there is a mismatch between the number of opening braces and closing braces, starting or ending braces, whatever the name you call, the Java programs will result in compiler errors. Okay, these are some sample examples or basic examples of the Java code where we are not following the rules and regulations, which is resulting in some syntax mistakes in the Java code. And because of the wrong syntax in the Java code or Java programs, uh, we are getting these compiler errors. Okay. So hope guys you understood what exactly the compiler errors in this particular session. Okay, that's all for this session, guys. In the next session, I'm going to cover about the print statements for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.